He said, well, I said, I'm gonna be a man. I'm going for my family. And I did. I didn't kill. I got fired. I got back to work. I still be a man. I wanted to let them turn me around. And I said, I got kids now. They're grown, grandchildren grown. Them all got their own business. I got my own business. Who it come from? Martin Luther King. He see all this stuff coming to us. Be justified to have some for ourselves. I got to tell y'all men and women today, y'all got to work, not to stand up, be ladies and gentlemen. Because that's one way you'll make it. If you sit down, you ain't make it. You got to stand up, be ladies and gentlemen. Don't let nobody turn you around and say you can't. Y'all got more strength than we were back in the day now, because we done got old, we can't do nothing. Y'all got to kill us on now. That's it.
What we'd like to do now is just give a chance for the Nissan Works to ask questions to Mr. Leach, Mr. Turner, that you may have dealing with your experiences, that they may be able to draw on their experience and help give you some insight.
Thanks again. I'm listening to brothers talk about being a man. I respect it. This is grown folks' work. When I made the decision personally to help organize a union at my factory, I knew exactly what I was getting myself into. I knew that if I was to ever get hired at a job, they may type in my name in Clarion Ledger, and they may see something with my name on it that's printed. They may not like it. Most companies here in Mississippi, being that Mississippi is a red state, may not like that. I knew the decision. This is grown folks' work. I'm going to say to you brothers that I'm a man too. I have two daughters. We're out here for a gift. And I'm on this stage here with you guys and with you brothers to tell you that, hey, look, I'm glad that you support us on our fight. I'm thankful, I'm grateful. But, when it comes to the reason why I'm doing it for the same exact reason that you did. Support my community. Support the youth here. Because they may want a job up there. And it's a lot of different things. But I respect you in your fight, your struggle, and I really, really deeply appreciate you.
Like my brother here said, we thank you for here supporting us. But when I made a decision to say I want to stand up for a union, I thought about it real hard. And after I thought about it, I called my dad. And I talked to him because he was in the union. And we talked for hours about this. And he said, son, when you make the decision, you're going to have to stand on it. And when I made it, I decided I was going to stand on it. No matter how long it took me, how hard it got, I said I was going to stand on it. And my kids are here today. My son and my daughter are here today. And I'm fighting for them. Every time we come out, I bring them with me so they can see this firsthand. Nobody's going to tell them what their dad did. You see this firsthand for yourself. And I'm fighting for people in Mississippi because the people in Mississippi, taxpayers paid for this plant to come here. So you have a right to say that it's unfair how you treat the people that work there because your tax dollars have brought it here. And if you allow Nissan to do this, then you allow more companies to come in and do the same thing. And we don't want to turn Mississippi into a state like that.
I once again say I do appreciate the brother coming down and help us all out here in the quarter we got here too. It means a lot for us to get that side of it. And I guess what I want to ask you to maybe elaborate on later, what did it take for your fellow co-workers to really get it? I mean, you know how important that this movement was. I mean, we've been pushing for a while to educate our fellow co-workers. Sometimes we seem like we're in it alone. But I know we're not, but sometimes it seems like, and I guess I feel like a lot of times like Dr. King did. I know when he had so much burden on his shoulders because he probably had wondered, just really, you know, is this really, the people really getting it? So sometimes we wonder that, you know, our co-workers, are they really getting into the movement like we are? So I guess I would ask the question of what did it take to help your fellow co-worker to help you, you know, push this thing forward? And just like our Russell brother had said, I'm fighting too also for my family because I came from background of a union family, so I know something about it. But for my purpose, you know, I could have said I'm okay for my position, but I didn't want to take that selfish road. I wanted to not only include myself but my fellow co-workers. I thought about them, the things they're going through, the injuries, the not knowing, the job security, all those things that I wanted for them too. I didn't just want for myself. So my involvement was to not only, like I said, cover myself, but to cover my fellow co-workers. That means, you know, that's what my motivation is. I want us all to be in the same boat. You know, when we make this the final push to get our contract, I want all of us to be included. So that was my drive. So that's what I want to know, that it's not just personal for me, but it's for everyone.
I'd like to add a little more to my speech. I said, I'm a Mississippi boy too. I'm not no city man. I'm right down here called Slaughter, Mississippi. I'm from Greenwood. I had to play with the tournament. I had school. I didn't get no education. I had to quit school when I was 14 years old. It was 11 of us in the family. I had to go to work. I've been applying mule since I was 8 and 9 years old, up till I started going to school. When I had to quit school when I was 14 years to help my dad and mama with our sisters and brothers. That's why I don't have no education. The only thing I got mother with, I learned a whole lot of different little things. I do a whole lot of different things to make a living. That's how I want to put that in with y'all. Let me you know, once you get mad, you can do something anytime. What you need to do, you know, you got a plant in Tennessee, you got one here in Mississippi. And what they're doing, they're making a difference with the plant here in Mississippi and the one in Tennessee. What you got to do is get with these people who don't want to join the union, get with them and point it out to them. See, a lot of people can be mistreated and don't know they're being mistreated. And what you got to do is tell them. You don't bother with them. Tell them in a nice way. And show them that you being misused. And once you may have to go to them 2 or 3 times and tell them. But once you get them to realize they being mistreated, they'll join. This is how we got 1,300 people out on strike. We had a bunch of them, didn't know they were being mistreated. But once we got to them and pointed out to them, we had 1,300 folks come out. The day we voted to go on strike, we had 1,300 to come out. You had about 50 or 60 who you ain't gonna get them all, but we had 50 or 60 stayed in there, but the rest of them come out. And they stayed until the strike was over. Because they realized they was being mistreated.
Well, also want to bring Josh into this as well too, because he's up here on stage, and we want to make sure that we add some insight from the community and the students on what you heard from both the Nissan workers and what you have heard and learned about the sanitation workers, and the charge that the community and students have ahead of us as we begin to organize behind the workers as they request to unionize.
We've heard this recurring statement between Mr. Leach and Mr. Turner that says, I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. And that moment has to transcend. We're here sitting with our elders who have established this moment before us. And it goes beyond their lives. When King gave his mountaintop speech, he realized that this was work that was beyond his life. This is work beyond all of our lives. And this isn't for today, this is for 30 years from now when students, when young people want to go to work. And what we realize is that when Morris says this is adult work, this is work for humanity. This is work for people. And if you care about your fellow man, if you care about your people, if you care about this state and erasing its long lineage of oppression, so at this point, we must be willing as young people, as old people, as red people, blue people, green people, or whatever type of person we may be, we must be willing to stand beyond intimidation and say that we're not going to let anyone turn us around. Now, how do we do that? We do that by rallying every single person that is in this community, that's in this metropolitan area. And what we do is we rally around the cause of the Nissan worker. Their cause becomes our cause. That's what makes movements effective. So with that, we can't let anyone turn us around.
All right, I just got the cue from Carissa, which I was moving into next here. We want to open up the floor for any questions that any of the audience members may have for any of the workers up here. And when I say workers, I'm talking about Nissan workers, we're talking about sanitation workers, and we're talking about